So my name is Jason Gerhard. I'm currently representative out of Franklin Northfield, Merrimack 25. I did one term, finishing up now, and I realized that the House of Representatives is not what it was intended to be. We're told that we are the oversight body for the state to make sure the bureaucrats are doing what they're supposed to be doing, but that's not the case. They're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, and we don't know what they are doing. I requested, let's back up a little bit and do a brief history. So everyone's probably going to want to know what's my law enforcement experience. I call it 36 equivalent years. I actually did 12 and a half years in federal prison on an income tax case. So I figure 8 hours a day, to multiply it 3 times, comes up to 36 years, right? I was sleeping, doing deep undercover work. But I think I understand the system and the pitfalls of it at a deeper level than a lot of the people who are professionals in the system, because I've seen the outcome of our war on drugs. I mean, that thing's about to collect Social Security soon, and it hasn't improved anything. It's just getting worse and worse. The homeless problem gets worse and worse. So I approach this whole issue a little bit differently. I believe that the Sheriff's Department should, as they are allowed to set up task forces, we need to be setting up task forces on issues that are actually affecting people on a wider basis. There are currently task force, for instance, for the abuse of children, internet crimes, and stuff like that. But I would like to have a task force, one, on the authority of the IRS to extort Merrimack residents who do not earn federal income. The tax on federal income only applies to those who actually earn federal income. That is, exercise of privilege, that they're liable for it, or they take an income that is directly resulting from working for the federal government. The actual code is this big. I think it's important for us to realize what we're dealing with. This is a 2006 code, and you can guarantee it's gotten a lot bigger since then. I mean, look at the writing. This is Bible-esque. I mean, this is insane. And I actually read the Bible while I was in jail.
Is
So,
that the Fed code or the
yes, this is the internal revenue code, the complete internal revenue code. You want a picture of that? Okay. So, I have one of the task forces that I'm going to set up, as I just mentioned, was to look into the federal income tax and the application to the average American, which doesn't apply. So I have Luke Hang's a doctor in New Hampshire. He actually wrote The Lawful Tax Avoidance, a 30-page pamphlet, and it breaks down the whole scam. What it comes down to is specialized words. I'll make this very brief. The 4 most important words are property, income, service, and source. So when it says from all sources, it's government sources. And it goes into it. I know we're on limited time, so I don't want to get into it, but anybody wants this is available on my website for free. I highly suggest it, because if you're tired of your tax dollars going overseas to the Biden crime family or Middle East or everywhere else starting all these wars, Washington told us to stay out of Europe's wars. We have to get back to basics. This country is falling apart. And I just worry that a lot of the people in our state government kind of just put the blinders on and go, oh, that's a federal problem. If we kept that money here, we wouldn't have as many issues as we have. Just imagine. So if you work an 8-hour day, 25% tax rate, let's say, 2 hours of your day is for federal slavery. That's insane. It really, when you really break it down to its most basic